Hello everybody, this is Hanu Park. I am from South Korea. I'd like to talk about the Bitcoin today. The title is Am I wrong about Bitcoin? No, here's why. This broadcasting I put some keyword Am I wrong about Bitcoin? As you can see in the Google output, I was wrong about Bitcoin. Here's why. The New York Times. This usual article says that very famous or notorious quote. Who boy did I borrow it? Today the Bitcoin I sold for about 140 would be worth more than 15,000. Hey, what are you talking about? Today, as of the 4th of January in 2021, Bitcoin price much more than 15,000 is nearly $35,000. It's amazing, right? As a matter of fact, I have been studying the Bitcoin and blockchain in terms of the big data. If you type the Hanu Park, my name, and Bitcoin on Google Scholar, you can see some publications I have authored and co-authored. And the first article says that we looked at the diffusion of cryptocurrency web traffic. So we examined cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin and many kinds of altcoin from the web big data perspective. And second article, I really like, then this article discusses about the blockchain technology in terms of the global divide. And third article, I examined correlations between cryptocurrency and their company's Twitter account. And fourth article, my student and we looked up the blockchain trend in terms of scientometrics, which means the structure of the scientific publications on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as well as blockchain. In the past, I used to run blockchain-based social media that is called Steemit. But at that time, I did not think of in 2019 publications with the Bulent or J, we have written this phrase: blockchain is overestimated in the short term and underestimated in the long term. To be honest with you, blockchain, including Bitcoin, is still overestimated in the short term and underestimated in the long term. That is my opinion about it. In 2019 publications, I wanted to theorize blockchain and Bitcoin mediated society in terms of social science perspective. So I set up ethics. So as you can see, immutability and revertibility, and up there tokenization, and down here authentication. And there are four theoretical strands here: utopianism, and hybridism, and utilitarianism, and eclecticism. What do you think about this theoretical strand in terms of the immutability and tokenizations? What is the argument and examples of utopianism? Utopianism, it is most safe for everyone to record someone else's transactions. Rewards for participants are financial incentives to maintain mutual recognition. Mass peer interaction can sustain owing to various coins. People who have been called proponent of Satoshi Nakamoto, who is known as the founder or developer or pioneer of Bitcoin. So here are the Bitcoin Utopianists. Who are the hybridism argument and their examples? The issuance and distribution of tokens requires approval from the authorities. Regulators, including banks, are beginning to look for so-called authorized private or hybrid models. In response, technology companies develop and sell certification systems based on one private blockchain, publicly accessible but privately updatable. These are the arguments and examples of hybridism. And then utilitarianism. What are the arguments and examples? Why acknowledging monetary reward to participants, society can sustain only when we can return to original system. They tend to advocate community coins distributed within a smart city. They emphasize a smooth transition from social media society to blockchainizations. Last but not least, eclecticism. What are the arguments and examples of eclecticism? Politics as usual. They chase new trends, but must return to centralized system with a moderate presence. They often hold on eclecticism by proposing sandbox approach to new technology, similar to the rising tide theory of economics. What about the smart contract algorithm? I think smart contract camp is moving around between spheres. Wherever you are, smart contract is moving around. And then, who are you? A reseller, or a believer, or a sarcastic troll, or an alarmist? It's very funny, right? And this cartoon is not from my work. This cartoon is from the, somewhere else. I put the link here. Three-dimensional typology here. We can put equalizations. So utopianists, they are kind of regarded as equalizations. And the other side, the other three dimensions, reinforcement. So what are arguments and examples of equalization and reinforcement camp? In equalization camp, the social gap between mainstream and minority actors can be greatly reduced. With greater transparency in administration and marketing, corruption is reduced. In the past, people that had difficulty communicating or banking due to higher risk or cost receive many benefits from blockchain. Therefore, the diffusion policy should be actively implemented to ensure that public organizations or private agencies can accommodate the blockchain. What are arguments and examples of reinforcement? The efficiency of blockchain related to political and economic activity is exaggerated. After all, economically, rich mainstream actors take a better position in the new blockchain world. The blockchain will be another technology of surveillance and control, not transparency. Therefore, the biggest concern is the digital divide between generations, regions, or nations, or the nation state. We need a public policy of caring so that the elderly while the disadvantaged people do not feel deprived. So these are arguments and examples